My landlord refused to let me break my lease when I needed to move, so I made him honor every single maintenance request in the contract. His name was Frank, and he was the kind of landlord everyone secretly hated but felt powerless against. He'd take weeks to fix even the simplest things, like the AC during a brutal heat wave, 29 days of sweating while he ignored my calls. He also ran this shady parking registration scam where he charged tenants for spaces we already had rights to. But the worst was when my mom was diagnosed with rapidly advancing dementia. I told Frank I needed to move home to care for her, and he looked me dead in the eye and said, "Sure, but it's an $8,000 termination fee. You signed a contract? Honor it." Something inside me snapped. I wasn't just going to move. I was going to make him regret every greedy breath he'd taken. So I sat down and read every single line of that 47-page lease. That's when I realized Frank had been counting on tenants never actually reading it, because buried in the legal jargon were dozens of absurd maintenance requirements and tenant comfort guarantees. So I started small. A clause said he owed $500 per day if any comfort concern wasn't addressed within 24 hours. I filed daily requests about the temperature not being optimal or the water pressure dropping slightly. Then I noticed another gem: professional carpet cleaning upon request. No limits. So I asked for it every day. Watching crews come in daily while Frank's face turned redder and redder was my personal therapy. Then came the appliances. The contract said everything had to perform to exact factory specifications. I had 17 items in the apartment: fridge, dishwasher, even the microwave, that were slightly off. I demanded replacements. He screamed at me over the phone. "Those clauses are garbage, they're not real." I calmly reminded him I was recording the call, and when I handed that tape to my lawyer, Frank went pale. It didn't take long before word spread. Other tenants started digging through their leases and filing their own requests. Frank's phone blew up. Crews were coming and going nonstop. Repair bills stacked high, and the parking scam? Exposed. Multiple tenants filed complaints, and suddenly Frank was facing an investigation. The breaking point came when he stormed into my apartment, veins bulging, shouting, "You're bankrupting me!" I just looked at him and repeated his own words. "You signed a contract, honor it." That was it. Defeated, he shoved papers at me, full release from the lease, no fees, and even a check to cover my moving costs. He just wanted me gone. And the best part? After I left, I heard from a neighbor that Frank changed his entire policy. Now any tenant can break their lease for free. I didn't just win, I rewrote the rules. But here's what I want to ask you. If someone wronged you this badly, would you go for revenge, or would you just walk away? Follow and comment your thoughts.